Hello everybody, welcome to the show. Why am I whispering? I don't know. But anyway, we are in a spot where I think there's slight possibility could get some topwater action. We're still early, right? April Fool's was just a couple days ago. And no joke, we have water temps 51 degrees, not quite that magical 55, and kind of dirty water. 8:50 in the morning. I'm going to try to start hitting this bank because there's still a little bit of shade on it. For some topwater action. So I'm using our little micro whopper flopper, our little Sonora popper, and then I don't even know the name of the other little walking stick bait. But all baits we picked up on AliExpress, Fire Tiger color. Now I'm throwing a little mini whopper plopper. You guys know by now the Topwater BFS on the streamer, right? My favorite general all-around light BFS combo. But then I will be switching and using my ultralight combos for those other baits. Let me turn this boat right there. I'm telling you guys, right here. And I'm going to switch, because I like to use a whopper plopper or any kind of a faster moving bait, you know, along the edges of banks and stuff like that. But when you see tight spots, kind of like right up in here. So you got this wood up in there, and if I can get a good cast, oh, that cast sucked. But we'll try it right there first on the outside edge. But right in that hole, there's like a hole there. There's wood on both sides. I mean, it may be hard to get a bass out of there. But right there. You guys see that? Now, summertime, game over. There's definitely something over there. Little bass, bluegill. Winter, maybe not. So kind of just honing my skills. As you can tell, oh, that whole stick moves. We're gonna move it out of there. Get over here, little popper that could. Look at that. Yeah, I've broken this rod already once before, and you guys probably wonder why. How does Charlie break that? Well, you guys ever heard the phrase bull in a china closet? Sometimes that could be used on me, I guess. So anyway, buckle up and hang on. We're going to catch something other. We're going to bump into that, and we're just going to take advantage of. I didn't plan on coming down this far, but so I'm starting kind of subtle. But we have dirty water, so sometimes to get them, even though that's a little bait, makes a big splash, get something's attention. You come up and see that, you're like, oh, it's a little grasshopper, it's a little green, and then jump on it, right? So a lot of times, let that splash, especially on a bigger bait, let that splash clear off. So if something was spooked, they may, oh, stop and turn. What was that? They may want it different. Little walk the dog, pop it. Sometimes you can just pull it, stop it. Let them tell you which way they want it. And right now they don't want it at all, right? So here's that spot I was at. Sometimes getting way back up there. See that shot? Oh man. Takes me a little bit to get used to a combo, but that Silver Creek, like this 4-gram bait and smaller, definitely my favorite for just ease of casting, accuracy. It's just an awesome reel. And then of course a rod, you kind of just have to get used to the rod and reel combo. Most all of your ultralight rods are, you know, pretty good. Well, the one, like, you know, There's some junk ones out there, but most of them are not bad. And accuracy honestly comes just with practice and, you know, and getting used to the feel and the release point, basically. You know, where do you want to let it go to get it. Just knew I was going to get a hit. So that's awesome bait. Let's switch. Okay, see that little snore popper? You guys have seen it. Caught a big 5-pounder right over here a couple years back. Silver Creek, awesome reel, 522 SUL, awesome rod. I did break mine with 10-pound test, but fixed it and it's still good to go. But that is still not my favorite combo for ultralight. Ultralight is still this guy right here. Probably more so for the rod than the reel, because I'm thinking I'm liking that. I'm thinking that I like the Silver Creek a little bit better than this Airstream Custom right at the moment. But whoa. See, this definitely, well, was walking awesome. Definitely a heavier bait. I can feel it on the rod. I'm definitely going to be able to cast further. Is that stick bait sinking? It may be a sinking bait, but once you start pulling it, it's kind of like just below the surface. Give it that snake light. I'm not sure exactly what they'll want. So and this, once you get a few casts in, but like I mentioned, they may not want topwater at all. You may see me switching out to some of our little square bills. Yes, awesome. Ooh, I hooked myself. Awesome little bait, rod reel combo. Airstream Custom on the rainy stream. Love that little ultralight combo. As much as I do this light combo. Topwater BFS, my favorite all-around BFS reel for sure. I don't know about favorite of all time BFS reel. That might go to one of these alphas or the I don't know, maybe I've yet to find it. But that little bait is awesome. I like those little baits. Now if you don't know anything about these, you got to run, you don't have to, but the little swivel, you need to run a ball bearing swivel as little as you can possibly get on it so it doesn't hinder the action too much. But this thing will create crazy line twists if you don't. So I only have 3 of these and they all have the swivel already on them, so I just snap my snap onto that swivel, without a snap on the swivel. Now you could do it the other way. You could just snap a swivel on there and then tie your line if you don't use swivels or whatever. But for me, in the way I fish, putting that swivel on and just having it ready, so I can just clip my little snap onto that bait just like I would a shaky head or regular bait. So we got a feel for the baits, and I'm going to show you real quick in this video I recommend and how I use them. So this is a perfect spot right here. So the first thing I would probably suggest, unless you think you're around real spooky fish, you probably might want to start with the popper, but you throw it in the tight spots. But I kind of start the opposite way. I'm looking for the meanest, most aggressive bass and the fastest way to cover water. So what I will do is I'll take like this, and this could be the same scenario if you're using regular gear. Start with a big whopper plopper or your little micro whopper plopper. And you'll want to make casts that are like down and along, whoa, that release point was horrible, but like along the bank. And just start, I start kind of aggressive, kind of fast. And the bait is twirling. I can watch the bait twirling too, but So with these little micros, you'll get it cast right on the edge of that bank. You know, just change up your speeds. Maybe even get a little, pick it up, slow it down. You know, give that a few, you know, when you're going down the bank. Maybe cast it to a few little spots, but mainly along the edge. So we're probably not going to get any hits with it. It may be too fast today. So the minute you're thinking, well, I don't know if they're wanting that. All right, well, you can do a few things. You can slow way down, or you could just get real finessey, especially like now. If this was warm weather, early morning, and the water's calm, a lot of times you are better with like a walking bait or something like that. And the walking bait is kind of the same thing. I like to throw it where I've got, get it up and start walking. Kind of where I'm covering water. I'm walking it. You know, if it's calmer water, fish don't seem that aggressive. You should be able to, if this is a good bait. I may need to weight this one. So that's a sinker. It sinks a little bit tail heavy, and that could be because, well, no. You could put a touch bigger hook on the front because they come way away from touching each other. That would help it sink flat if you want it to do that. But cast it, same thing, along the bank. And I typically start working these right off the bat. They don't have a feather or nothing. It doesn't do a lot of good, I don't think, to let them set, especially if they're sinking type. If they're floating, you might give it a few seconds, but these I kind of use like I do a buzz bait. I just throw them out and get them walking. Now you can slow it down, speed it up. You know, kind of to walk the dog like you would a frog or a popper. And sometimes just for the fact that they can cast further than a lot of your baits, you'll give them a, you know, cast them way out where your little poppers just won't go. Just to cover water. So, and then like this area is kind of, you know, sometimes you get on like a grassy flat area. Like this is pretty shallow right here. You don't have to necessarily be right on the bank. You know, you just kind of cast out. They shooting. I don't know if, is turkey season? No, this is not. I've seen turkeys everywhere. I hear them gobbling, but I'm pretty sure hunting, I don't know. I have no clue what, if turkey season's in right now or not. Something tells me it is, but I don't know. If I get shot, do I look like a turkey? Well, don't answer that. All right. So nothing there's working, or just when you come up to these spots. My most subtle way for topwater would be this guy right here. Get you a little popper, and if the water's clear, usually they have the Sonora ones have like a ghost colored silver and gold and several other colors, but like the water's nasty now like it is, throw it up right in a spot where you know, or you think you know, there should be a bass, and you can give a little chug, almost like a hula popper, give it a subtle little pop, kind of spit like that. What I call like a gulp, the big gulp, or the spit. And usually if you hold the rod tip down or up, it'll do a little different. You can even make it kind of jump out of the water if you hold the rod tip up. The little poppers when you're targeting a specific little area. Ew. Dangle it over a little bitty limbs like that that'll snap right off. Sometimes I'll let them dangle. I don't worry about getting it right off. Like, see that wood? So to get it right up. Ah, I stopped it too soon. I should have let it go just a hair. Hair more. It takes a little while. And I'm stopping it too soon. Getting nervous. Getting nervous with all the gunfire down here in the boonies. So anyway, yeah, there's your, what, I don't know, 3 of your, ways to fish topwater, whether it be with, BFS or regular gear. You got your whopper plopper. They do make small enough buzz bait, stuff like that. So anyway, hopefully you like this quick little video on how I approach, different body. There's a turtle. Where are they at, turtle? You tell me where those fish are. What? What'd you say? Oh, you better run. Keep going. Hopefully you like this video. I got my bait stuck. If feel free to comment on how do you approach a body of water on topwater right off the bat. Do you like to come in slow with a whisper, or like a wrecking ball with a big whopper plopper, or a big popper popping, hula popper style, or how you do it? But that's basically how I approach a body of water right off the bat. So get out of here, go bass bonsai. Thanks for watching. We'll see you later.